All right, guys, welcome back to another 20-minute pop-up. It is a wonderful afternoon here with my good friend Jessica, and we are going to talk today about how to amplify your network and add multiple income streams to whatever you are doing now. So super excited. We're going to do 20 minutes, not 19, not 21. Jessica, thank you for coming on today. Let's jump right into it. What is the number one way that somebody can add an income stream and just really amplify that network, whether it's social or in person, just that sphere of influence that we have?
Yeah, and thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Especially for real estate investors who might have a significant gap of time between deals, it's good to have another form of income.
sure.
One way is, of course, through using affiliate links. You could join an affiliate program for
Hmm.
real estate related products or services because everybody is purchasing things all the time. And if you think about maybe what are the top 5 or top 10 things
Hmm.
that people in your in your real estate community or social network are buying, you can definitely get affiliate links to all of those types of products. So as you're talking to different people, maybe they're even products that you like to use. You should definitely sign up to their affiliate program. You could usually find it on their website. And then you can get your own link that you could share with people. And they're more likely to buy something that you're recommending them
Yeah,
than something they're just finding on Google
yeah.
because they trust your opinion.
Sure. And I think this is so much more common than people think. I go on Amazon all the time, and when I'm there to buy something, I see all these videos from people. And I'm like, oh, that's awful nice of people to post a video to tell me how to use my new folding table or Rumbo, vacuum cleaner or whatever it is. But now I've realized that all those people, they create those videos and now those are affiliate links. So let's really define for people what like an affiliate is, just for people who may not know. And I don't want that to be too much of like an inside baseball term where like some of us understand, but not everybody does.
Sure. So basically, if there's a real estate software that you are
Mhm.
using, you probably know a ton of other people who need a similar software as well, whether it's for data or a CRM. And so you can go to that company's website and sign up for their affiliate program, which
Mhm.
means that when you put in your information, you're going to get a unique code. So it's
Mhm.
basically a URL that has a
Yeah.
little code that's going to show your name or your affiliate ID. And so when you share it with somebody and they purchase that software, then you're going to be able to make a commission because they used your link. And what's
Nice.
super cool about things like software, it's not something that's just purchased once like a product, it's actually a subscription. So you made that one connection with that person that one time who used your link,
Mhm.
and you're going to be paid month after month
Mhm.
passively while you do nothing.
Yeah.
So it can
I
be really powerful.
I love it. I think it's great, especially, some of these links, we've seen, at least in our space, the real estate space, you can do a how-to video on maybe a piece of software or something. And within that video, if you guys start to really look at this, you're looking behind the curtain a little bit on YouTube, there's always a link here to, buy this product or get more information. Well, that's somebody's affiliate link. And that's great, right? They should get paid because they're adding to the reach of that person, software, or provider and bringing it out to market. And you don't pay any more, any less. Just that person gets a very small commission. And small meaning if it's a $50,000 product, maybe it's $1,000. If it's a $20 product, maybe it's $1, right? I don't know. Everybody has a different offer, but yeah, this is super common. I know TikTok, the TikTok shop, that has absolutely blown up in the last year. I've got a cousin that's making like 30, 40 grand a month, and he just crushes it over there, talking about different products and selling products. So this is, in today's day and age, the perfect kind of side hustle. And, as we said, a way to really expand on your network and the people who know, like, and trust you. And, you can post it, you can tell people, you can go to RIAs, you can be in Facebook groups, you can, create reels and TikToks around it. Like this is a real legitimate business that, people have found that really, pays the bills. It can be amazing. I love it.
I've seen affiliates make even 7 figures.
Yeah.
So it's a real thing. If you have a lot of people in your network and
Yeah.
they trust you and you have
Mhm.
influence, you can make
Yeah.
significant money with that.
Yeah, we paid out over six figures last year to some of our top affiliates. Our goal this year is to pay out over $1 million. So it's 100% a thing. And I love, Jessica, what you're doing. That you're kind of bringing people to us as the affiliates to help us do marketing. So that's fantastic. Let's move on. What is the number two thing that you can use to really amplify your network and make some extra money?
Yeah. So if a company doesn't have an actual affiliate program set up where there's
Hmm.
an affiliate link, there are cases like paid podcasts or events that need sponsors, and those
Hmm.
sponsorship packages are 5,000, 10,000,
Yeah.
$50,000 in some cases. So you can talk to those companies and say, "Hey, look, if I find you a sponsor for this event for this $50,000 package, are you willing to pay me a referral fee on that?"
Interesting.
And then you could work out something with them. Maybe they'll tell you, yeah, we'll pay you 10%. And you know what? You can make
Wow.
5,000 bucks for an
Jeez.
introduction
That's
through an
amazing.
email that took you 2 minutes.
Hmm.
And, I've done stuff like that, or just doing like a text intro between a
Hmm.
podcaster and somebody that I know, even someone willing to do sponsorships. I was like, well, this podcaster has your whole entire audience you're looking for, and
Yeah.
they didn't hesitate to spend
Mhm.
like $10,000 for
Yeah.
a package for a podcast. So it's an easy, I made like 1,500 bucks on a 2-minute intro through text message.
Right. Love it.
So yeah.
And think about, the people who have a product or a service. We'll use these REI closings, for example. Who can you put me in front of that has our clients, right? Or who can you help bring me clients that are good and qualified? Like I will pay for that. Like that's something that we do. We do it all the time. Honestly, it's probably our biggest source of new clients. It's a far better way to do things than for me to go out and pay, advertising dollars for cold traffic. And because I have a large Instagram following and a lot of you guys are watching on Instagram, like I get pitched all the time to come on and, do reels and things about other products. We just don't really do that because we promote ourselves and just a ton of free info. But yeah, absolutely. I love this. It's really just become, like you said, becoming a connector. What are some of the other ways where you can kind of bring people together? Some other examples?
So another way that you can make some income on the side is, and even turn this into full-time income,
Hmm.
if you really put a little bit of time into building an email list, you can
Yeah.
start with a lead magnet, for example.
Mhm.
If you're working in real estate, you've acquired some incredible skills, whether it has to do with cold calling or negotiation
Mhm.
or even legal matters.
Mhm.
There are certain insights that you've learned through experience and certain
Yeah.
objections you've overcome and knowledge that you've collected that you can share with other people that they find valuable. And maybe it'll take them life experience to learn those things, or 3 weeks of YouTube videos, but you can make
Yeah.
it simple by having a small course, right? So you could start with like a free lead magnet to get people
Mhm.
onto a list, and you could do put this in your social, put it in
Right.
your Facebook bio. That's how I got a lot of leads for my lead magnet. And
Mhm.
um, and then once you're collecting that list, you have a whole entire email list that you can send all of those affiliate links to. Or if you have
Mhm.
that event company agree that, okay, we'll give you 10% on that booth that you sell to somebody,
Sure.
you can email it out to a whole entire list that
Yeah.
these booths are available for this event if you need exposure for your brand. And then
Mhm.
maybe you sell multiple of them. So you can make something huge. And even in terms of a course, like do it, for example, my lead magnet, it's free, right? You can
Yeah.
get the lead magnet at ineedaffiliates.com, but then I have a $17 offer bump, which you could do as well. A
Mhm.
$17 offer bump for some templates. Then I have a $37 offer bump for an affiliate promo calendar. So think of small things that you can add that, maybe they're 17 or 37 or 47 or $97.
Yeah.
Small things that you can create that will, when, if you have 3 people buying that a day, that's a significant income to cover all your bills.
Yeah. No, it definitely adds up quick. So number one, what we're talking about here, guys, is find, well, there are people that are buying stuff every single day. what are those types of things, and how is it that you can put that in front of more people? Number two is becoming a connector. Number three, like Jessica said, building an email list. Email in the information marketing space, your power is in the email. And what is to get a little bit deeper, what is your response rate or open rate? And then the next thing would be click-through rate. So building up that list, and you can do that by being in different Facebook groups and talking to people, and having some, either just collecting them or promoting something. I love what you said, Jessica, talking about a lead magnet. Maybe we can dive into that just a little more, because some people may not understand what that is. And my experience has been, we have lead magnets. The war on wholesaling is a lead magnet, right? We're offering something of value for free. So we say, hey, if you're interested in what's going on and how the states are legislating against wholesaling, go to the war on wholesaling. And it's a free report, and we put a lot of time into it. It is something of value, but in exchange, there's always got to be an exchange of value here. I want that email list, right? So this is one of the ways that we build our email list. And then now I can talk to those people about transactions and title and affiliate offers, things that make sense. So what are some of the other ways that you've seen people build email lists?
Other than lead magnets?
Yeah.
Um, well, you can even do webinars, right?
Yeah.
Webinars are a great way to build email lists. If you know how to teach something, if there's
Yeah.
something that you're really good at, do a workshop.
Hmm.
And if you have all the knowledge in your head and you don't know how to turn it into like a 1 hour workshop that you can do
Yeah,
with people, ChatGPT is absolutely incredible.
it is.
So you can just put in an audio, like just talk to ChatGPT and say, I know how to do this and I know how to teach this and I want to teach other people how to do
Mhm.
it, and just talk it out. And then ChatGPT will take that information, the voice to text, and then you submit it. When you ask it to turn it into a 1 hour webinar workshop, and
Yeah.
it'll give you a whole entire script of how
Mhm.
to teach this thing. And then you can put it on your social and say, hey, on Thursday at 7 o'clock, I'm going to be having a free workshop on
Yeah.
how to do this thing. And then maybe 100 people are going to sign up
Yeah.
and they're going to join your webinar. Boom, you just got 100 people on a list that
Nice.
you can continue to nurture in your
Right.
CRM.
That's fantastic, because you brought up an important point there. Everybody's great at something. You may not realize it. You could be the greatest person at folding, hoodies and suit coat jackets. I'm telling you, I've seen those reels where people are getting a damn million hits. But there's something that we're all great at, and that is something that you can share with the world. And social media is great for that, because it gives you the ability to have such huge reach. And again, love the idea of a webinar. If you're a real estate investor, some part of the process you're probably better at it than anybody else. Just teach some people. Teaching will also make you better. When anytime you go out and teach somebody, it also hones your skills, and people ask you questions, and we all get better together. But yeah, try that. Eventually, when you get good at it, then you can say, hey, Mr. Affiliate CRM guy or comping service, if I can get 200 people on, this is another way to promote those people. Hey, maybe I get you on a webinar, and you can talk about your product, lead with value, and how can we sell this product. It's because the people I'm bringing are your clients, like we talked about earlier.
Exactly. And having an audience makes you so much more valuable in business, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it all comes down to an audience. The
Hmm.
person who has a million followers is ultimately going to be more valuable for business than the
Sure.
person who has 10. So,
Hmm.
building an audience, even if you're not like, some famous person or some influencer, if you're someone who knows how to teach something, people like
Yeah.
the way that you talk, the way
Sure.
that you explain. I mean, why not do a webinar or a
Yeah.
workshop or a live here and there? And
Mhm.
you could build that list and then you'll have power to do a lot of different things with it.
Yeah, 100%. And I hate the word influencer, but having influence on social media is a thing, and you can 100% monetize it. Now it takes time, right? Nobody's going to wake up tomorrow and, be an influencer, but you have to start, right? You have to start making these videos, doing these things. Everybody starts at zero, every single person, right? We all started with one follower. I remember my account, first day Instagram, one follower, but now I've had over 200,000. But it just takes time. But you don't have to have 200,000 to make a lot of money. You get 10, 20, 30,000 followers, and you're really engaged with those people, and those people are raving fans. then, they will follow you. They will buy from you, you know?
For sure. And by the way, because I've been looking into this a lot lately in terms of growing social media
Mhm.
accounts, people
Yep.
really overthink it. Like, oh, I need to know everything about the algorithm and how did this change and that change
Yeah.
and what about the hashtags and like
Mhm.
they think it's just some like magic recipe.
Mhm.
You know what's the best way to do it? Just be consistent.
Yeah.
Especially with video. If you're
Mhm.
doing lives and you're doing reels and you're
Yeah.
doing them on a regular basis, even if they're 10 seconds with something you learned that day, you made a few
Mhm.
calls to some homeowners or you had some kind of objection and how you overcame it, and you just share it on video for 10 seconds each day, share something that you learned, and someone else is going to benefit from that and they're going to like your
Yeah.
content and it's authentic and they're going to follow you. And you know
Yeah.
what? Once you keep being consistent, it's going to be pushed to
Mhm.
more people, and then you could put a link in your bio and people are going to
Mhm.
click on it and more people are going to join your list and you're going to start,
Yeah.
just building an audience. It all just starts with
Mhm.
video and consistency. Those two things.
Yeah, I think, authenticity, there's a reason that, all of the reality TV shows became so popular, right? Because people like to see behind the scripted, you know, well-produced, TV shows like the Kardashians. They want to see, as much as it is, they want to see what real life looks like for these people. So, yeah, Jessica, you're absolutely right. Start today. Your first one's gonna be terrible. You listen to Gary Vee. He's like, my first video was horrible, and now the guy's got tens of millions of followers. Way back in probably 2015 or 16, a friend of mine he was the first social media professor at University of Tennessee. His name was Ryan, and he's like, you got to start videotaping stuff. And I'm like, Ryan, I have a face for radio. I don't want to be doing this. I should not be on video. He's like, man, just people want to follow your journey. So no matter what you're doing, you could be doing taxidermy on squirrels. There are going to be people out there who are interested in that. So whatever it is that you love to do, if you're a yard sale guy, you're into Matchbox cars or, making model rockets, it doesn't matter. There are going to be people that are interested in what you're doing if you're passionate about it. So because that resonates through the camera. And then, there is something in every one of those niches that, you could be an affiliate marketer for.
Totally. I was gonna say too, like don't overthink it like it needs to be perfect
Mhm.
because
Oh,
there's I don't know if there's this famous, very well-known marketing influencer, and she is doing videos every single morning. She does lives doing her makeup.
makeup.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
That's like a
so
popular
she's
thing.
doing her makeup, and then people are sending her questions, and she's
Yeah.
answering their questions while doing her makeup. It seems
Mhm.
so crazy, but it does so well, and she has a massive email list and
Yeah.
holds tons of huge events. So even like, what do you do as a real estate investor to prep yourself to be
Sure.
able to call through a list?
Mhm.
You might think it's dumb, but there's so many people
Oh,
out there who are hesitating and who
yeah.
are like, oh, I can't get started. I have this resistance. So, what are your tips and tricks to just get started, to just
Yeah.
get on the phone and to keep the momentum going? What
Yeah.
is your morning routine to get in that headspace?
Mm.
People just want to know, like, what do real people do? And then it inspires them and it motivates them so that they could
Yeah.
take action.
100%. Jessica, thank you so much. That was absolutely amazing. We have like 1 minute left. I'm sure people, want to find out how they can connect with you. You've kind of become the queen of affiliates in this kind of segment of marketing. What's the best place for people to follow you and kind of learn more about what you're doing and this kind of cool stream of income?
Sure. My email is in my name. I thought I'd
Okay.
make it easy. Jessica at
Love it.
ineedaffiliates.com. A lot of my clients are real estate investors, so they do have a lot of cool stuff, and I have some cool offers I could share with you if you want to get into affiliate marketing.
Nice.
Um, and also you can find me my new Instagram starting over. Long
Okay.
story. It's jess.theconnector.
Oh, I love it.
So you can find me there on Instagram, um, Facebook, long story.
Mhm. Okay.
Let's start with Instagram for now. You can
Cool.
find me there.
I love it. Instagram is the place to be. People definitely will follow you there. So, Jessica, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This was really cool. It was outside the norm of what we normally get to talk about. So it was absolutely a lot of fun. Guys, make sure you email Jessica at ineedaffiliates.com or jess.theconnector on Instagram. And I'll make sure that we're following your new account. And again, thank you so much.